Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Caitlin from Caitlin Plans, and today I'm going to be decorating my big catch-all happy planner for the week of May 16th through 22nd, which is the remainder of our school year. Grades need to be submitted on Friday, which is a big deadline for me. But after that I am free. It'll be summer and I'm going to be so excited. I wanted to tie in a insert that I did a while ago, maybe like a week and a half ago. I made this finals week insert for my planner to go in the monthly pages. My May monthly has all of these little birds, so I wanted it to match. So I used the birds from Alicia Michelle. I have them right here. So it's Teal Birds by Alicia Michelle. I will leave a link down below. But I made this finals week insert and I brought the birds. I paired it with a bunch of stickers from Out for Adventure. And I thought it worked really well as a combo. So I'm going to continue that into the catch-all for this week. That's going to be my theme. It's going to be like the teal birds. And I think I also want to take this cheetah print spine from the filler paper in this Happy Notes and cut some of it out and use that in the catch-all as well. So it'll be kind of experimental in that way. I'm excited to see how this plays out. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pop this off the discs. To get that blue cheetah print spine, I have this Happy Notes. It's a pretty old one, but it's one of my favorites. Sometimes all you need is a little splash of color. Beautiful Dalmatian dot. Anyway, I am gonna find some blank paper in this Happy Notes. Maybe like 3 of them will be a good amount, because I know if I'm moving up to the big size planner, I'm gonna need 1.5 for each page, somewhere around there. So I'm taking these. It's like a blue dot grid. And I'm just gonna start, I don't know if I should do them all at the same time, but I'm gonna start by just kind of carefully cutting around the like cheetah print section. I can cut pretty much straight for the majority of it, but there are a few little segments that like dip in or stick out. So I'm gonna just kind of cut around that. And I'm gonna do all 3 of the pages. The ends of these are going to be hard to like kind of continue together, so I think I'm going to need to do a little bit of piecing where I cut out individual cheetah marks and kind of piece them together in that way. But this is what I'm looking at for like the spines of the pages, and they're already punched to the Happy Planner discs, so I'm not going to need to worry about that. But we've got that going for us. I'm just going to repeat the process 2 more times. I have all of my little cheetah print pieces cut out, so I'm going to take my Tombow Mono Dots adhesive and we're going to start piecing things together. What I'm thinking is I'm going to just start by placing one up here at the top of the left half. Yes, it's going to cut off weird here at the bottom, and that's why I think I need to cut around the ones that get cropped. So anything that's getting cut off at the edge of this, I'm going to cut off. And then I'll piece things together in a minute, but I'm going to start by covering the back of this in adhesive so I can stick it to the page. And for something like this, I want to make sure that I'm getting really close to the edges of it so it doesn't peel up on me. This is all sticky and good to go, so I'm going to carefully, emphasis on the carefully, align the disc punches so that hopefully I don't have to repunch these pages. I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I could just put it through the regular Happy Planner punch because it's like a full page of punches. But if I do things right, then I shouldn't have to do more work. At least that's how I would like for this to go. Okay, I think that went pretty well. And I still have writing room on Wednesday, so that's looking good. Yes, I have not filled out last week, but I'm filming in advance, so you can't blame me. Just cutting off the extra up at the top, and now I need one of these to kind of fill in the gap down here. So I probably want to cut it at a place where the hole punches will match. This is going to be the most difficult part of the process. So we're going to just cut like, I don't know. I feel like this might have been helpful if I had like a mathematician over here, but you live and you learn. It's not terrible to have those pieces overlapped like that. I think the cheetah is so bold that it doesn't really matter that much if the prints don't exactly match up, and it's gonna be kind of bold in the main section with the stickers anyway, so I think I'm fine having them overlap just a little bit. I applied the Monodots adhesive to the top part of this, and now I'm gonna align my disc punches one more time. Looking good. Cutting at the edge of the page. And I made sure to put a little extra adhesive on here, lower than what I knew needed to attach the page, just so it wouldn't start peeling up on me. I'm gonna trim some of this extra blue around the edges. And I think it looks pretty good. So that's what we've got for one half of this. Now I'm gonna repeat the process on the other half of the spread. I am having such a hard time with words today, and I apologize. It's been like this in the video that I filmed just now, which was the social media spread, and it's continuing into the catch-all, unfortunately. I got this one all covered in adhesive. So now we're gonna repeat over here, just starting at the top and lining up those punches. All right, so that's all set up, and now I can finally put stickers on the pages. This took about 10-15 minutes, so it was a little bit more in depth than I thought it was going to be, but I think it looks good now that it's on the pages. So as I had mentioned, I have Out for Adventure and the Teal birds from Alicia Michelle to play around with in this video. I have 2 copies of Out for Adventure, so I can use some duplicate stickers, which will be nice. But this is a student sticker book. I don't think they sell it anymore, but I love this sticker book so much. And I'm gonna use some of these like arched boxes in the more leafy design to mark some highlights. I don't need a whole lot of boxes this week because things are winding down, only a few little deadlines here and there. They're big deadlines, but only like 2 major things. So on Tuesday, I have the last of my final papers due, and I have to turn this one in person, like a physical copy of it, so I have to remember to go to campus and turn it in. But Tuesday, 10 a.m. will be the last of my papers due. I did end up getting an extension on the one that was due the previous Friday, so I'm taking an incomplete in that class, and I will finish it up and get it submitted closer to the end of May. I just needed more time. I was having a hard time with the project. Anyway, this project is like a more art historical paper, but it's for a media studies class. I'm working with like a set of embroidered photographs, but they're magazine images this time. I do a lot of work with embroidered photographs, but this is a different take on that. So that's the paper for Tuesday. And then the other major thing is that grades are due on Friday. And that means I need to submit final grades for all of my students that are in my TA section. So all of the exams, all of the papers they've taken, everything needs to be accounted for. So that's what's going on Friday. Those are the 2 major like final deadlines. Those are hard deadlines. I can't miss those things. And then the other stuff that I have to kind of scatter throughout is a little bit more lenient or things that I want to do. But I'm going to look through this book and just see if there's additional boxes I can pair in for the smaller things. I like these longer little boxes. These are kind of cute. So maybe I'll take one of these. On Saturday, it is the live recording of Planners and Wine for the Patreon listeners. So if you're a Patreon of Meg and Myra, you get to attend like a live stream of their podcast recording and then like audience participation. It's really fun if you like their podcast, which I do. I'm on their Patreon. Obviously, I like their podcast. So I put a little bit of whiteout down because I didn't want it showing through this box. And like this is still going to show through it, but better safe in the middle section. I don't know. So that's what I did there. Words are really hard. The birds will be coming. I promise the birds are coming. Maybe I should stick one in here just to get started on that component. Love these teal birds. Not so much a fan of the bird watchers though. I want to keep this primarily bird based, so the leaves of this bird are just going to kind of cover them up. Goodbye, people. Get out of my bird sanctuary. And to offset all of this blue and green, I'm going to take one of the yellow ones and put that in here as well to kind of expand the cluster to the left because it was getting a little bit heavy on Saturday. I'm going to go find some more boxes because I know I have some stuff on Thursday and another thing on Friday. I'm going to go into my second copy of this book and pull that same box that I used for the podcast recording, and I'm going to put that one over on Monday to kind of balance out what's going on over here, but also to mark that it'll be the last call for any late work for my students, just so I can get things graded before Friday. So I'm going to balance that cluster out by placing this one here, using a little bit of whiteout, just to kind of hopefully avoid some lines underneath this. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll help a little bit. I might take some like nail polish remover and get rid of the excess in just a minute, but right now I am focused on birds. So I want to block out the people again, but I just don't know if the placement's going to be right because it's going to bring this down into like a really weird diagonal. So maybe I have to let them stay just for a little bit until I really figure things out. Working down here on Thursday, I'm going back into that second copy of the book to get more of those arched green boxes because I do have a meeting on Thursday. And I think it's going to be like a dinner meeting thing. And I'm wondering if I want like a box for the dinner component of the meeting and then a box for the meeting component of the meeting. It's like an end of the year art history meeting, and it's also like an end of the year dinner. I'll place this one down here on Thursday. I'm using the ones that don't have anything in the centers. They're like the plain paper. And then I'm gonna look for some smaller boxes, which I know there's some in here. We've got a couple different options. This one that says Dream Bigger is really cute, but again, avoiding the little people stickers. This one wouldn't be so bad, but there's already so much green up there. Oh, I love this Enjoy Life. We'll see what we can do. I gotta just start with the functional stuff and then we can move out from there. So we've got these options. This one is green. It has a bird that is bird watching, which I think is really funny. The yellow wouldn't be terrible because there is yellow on the page with that bird. And the style of birds is really similar between Alicia Michelle's illustrations and the Out for Adventure book. So I like kind of this combination. Okay, we've got that going for us. And then I need one more box on Friday because I'm going to be doing a sticker shop collab. And we're doing an Endangered Species sticker collab amongst a few different small shops because the 20th is Endangered Species Awareness Day. I am doing the giant panda. It will be available in my Etsy shop. More details to come, and I'll put them down in the description of this video when I have them. But there is a collab going on this Friday, and it's going to be an exciting one. You haven't seen them yet, but I've been loving everyone else's designs and like seeing the sneak peeks. So I think this will be a very exciting like sticker shop collab. I'm not loving how off-center this is. Maybe I need to find something that's a little bit longer, like what I was doing with those boxes up there. I have run out of options for boxes that I like, so I think I'm going to have to stick with the original plan. This box is going to go back into place. Kind of oddly offset on Friday. This is going to be a Friday box, but I just want it to be in that cluster. So we'll do that, and maybe I could like do something similar over there to kind of keep the pieces corresponding to each other. I don't know. Some birds might be a good addition. So I'm going to take this one. And maybe that's how I bring the cluster outwards a little bit more. I can put a bird over here. Yes, it's kind of in the same column as those, but once I get more birds on the page, I don't think it's going to matter too much. I grabbed my white gel pen because I want to clear some spaces to put other kinds of foliage in here. It's not just going to be the birds. There's going to be some little trees and some little shrubs. I'm gonna start up here and just kind of expand this cluster that direction. I think for this one I want to take some of the trees. This is coming out of that Out for Adventure book. Again, so cute, and that blue color matches the birds perfectly. So I might not even have needed to whited that out, but I might not. That was a hard sentence. Okay. Anyway, it's a little bit to the left. The whited outline is to the left of the trees, but I think it looks good to have empty space between them rather than a line, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. We've got some trees going on up there. We're going to copy that and do the same over here. And I think by adding in these trees, the clusters look a little bit more complete. So I'm going to take this cluster of trees to go right up here. Yes, it's not going to go over that whited out line, but having blank space rather than a line between the two, it looks a little bit better. So that's what I've got there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put like trees down in this cluster, but maybe some more will make their way into the spread in just a little bit. Taking this larger bird, and this one's going to go right here at the intersection, or in that little niche between the two of them. Or even if I kind of like move it out slightly, I think that looks good. So we'll do a bird over there. Can add in maybe like one of the yellow ones. I don't want to do the exact same thing that I'm doing like Friday and Saturday, except reversed. But I'm thinking another bird might be useful to stretch this out across the entire page. And I could add in like even some more trees if I wanted to. If I take these ones, could go like up. That looks a little too symmetrical. Yeah, maybe no more trees over there. Okay, so we've got this one, and I don't know if I need them in this cluster. It wouldn't hurt to add in another bird over on Monday. So I'm going to take this one, that's the more robin's egg color, and place that right over here. One of the other things that I did on that finals assignment sheet was add some florals in. There aren't a lot of individual blue florals in this book, but there is this whole page of these ones that say due today. And I don't need them to say due today, but it's not super complicated just to cut out the flower from the like little due date sticker. I was sticking these just back in the book in case I really needed like a due today sticker for something. I don't think I'm ever going to need them again, but it's there if I need it. My scissors could use like a serious degunk. I'm just pulling sticky things off of them from when I did the center of these. I don't know. I don't even know if there's a good way to like degunk scissors. Maybe rubbing alcohol. And I'm going to just repeat this process with like all of the blue flowers that are on this page. Even some of the yellow ones might look good to kind of complement those yellow birds and mix it up a little bit more so I don't have just 6 flowers throughout the entire spread. It was a little bit easier when I was planning on a classic sized sheet of filler paper. It's a little bit more tricky when I'm dealing with an entire big sized planner spread. And you get a lot of these due today ones. Half of them are due today, or maybe 2/3 of them are due today, and then the top third is free time, which again, I don't think I'm going to be using those stickers, so I'm just making use of what I can. So this is the yellow. I don't know if it should be by the yellow bird because it is ever so slightly different in color, but it looks pretty good if I space it out more. I think that works. And I want some like quotes in here too. I'm gonna pause on the florals for just a second. So we've got things like keep on dreamin', set out for adventure, which I like the blue lettering of that, but I want something a little bit bigger, so that's why I'm gonna go with keep on dreaming. I like these little outlined letters. And I think this would look good underneath that box because This cluster is just so horizontal. I think I'm just gonna keep highlighting how horizontal it is. So I'm whiting out those lines with the Jelly Roll pen so that they won't show through the quote. And then we're gonna go with Keep On Dreamin' right down here. It'll go into the sidebar a little bit, which I think is good. And maybe I need some gold up here to kind of even things out, but we've got one mega cluster on the left half of the spread. Oh, there's some little stars too. I'm gonna hold off on that. Okay, so we've got that going for us. I'm gonna add another cluster up here on the top of Saturday, and because grades are due on Friday, that means the weekend is mine without commitments, which is lovely. I mean, there's things, but it's not like due dates. And that's why we're gonna go with, ooh, tough choice. Okay, we can go with Sleeping In Today or Fun Weekend. Spacing wise, I think Fun Weekend is gonna fit a lot better up top. And then I'll find somewhere else for Sleeping In Today to go in this spread because that is my main weekend plan after the semester is done. So Fun Weekend is going up here. I'm just trying to figure out the spacing because I don't want it to be too close to those trees. I want it to have a little bit of a break, but I don't want it to go outside of the bounds of the page either. So this is tricky. I think I found the perfect spot for it. So it's gonna go right here. We've got Fun Weekend, looking good. This little cluster down here could use something, but I'll get there when I get there. I think I'd like to take this Enjoy Life sticker that I looked at earlier and put that up at the top of the sidebar. I don't really know what else I'd use the sidebar for, so we'll make it a little prettier. So we've got May Enjoy Life. That sounded like it was a conditional. I'm just referencing the month that's up there. It feels a little heavy because it's the only one that's filled in with that greenery design. So I'm going to go back to my other copy of this book and pull one other full box sticker. I could do the same one and just like cover up where it says Enjoy Today so that they look different. Or there's this blue one, but I just don't know if that works as well. So I'm going to do, oh, You Are Beautiful Bird. That one's really cute. And it brings more of that yellow color in, which is nice. I'll put them both on my hand and we'll see. Okay, so this one's probably gonna go over to like Sunday. And while it's not the exact same bird, I think they look just so similar. It's gonna go like somewhere over here. If I do this, I could layer it with some other stuff. So we're gonna go with Enjoy Life over here. I'm gonna need to cover up where it says Enjoy Life because I don't want that on the spread twice. I'm not coming up with any ways to cover this up, so I think I'm just gonna save this for something else. I'm gonna take the space that I would have used for that box and put in a few more pieces of like foliage or forestry. I don't know what to call it, but that's gonna go over here on Sunday because I don't want to make Sunday plans. I mean, I might see my friends, but I don't want to make like big plans this weekend. I just want to sleep and get stuff done before summer, like pack my summer clothes and stuff like that, because I will be kind of like splitting time between like my boyfriends and my parents and my own place and all the things. So I'd like to get some of that stuff done in the meantime. Just using my Jelly Roll pen to get rid of some lines because these are clear stickers. They're pretty opaque colors, but you can never be too cautious. So we've got that going for us. Take some of this and maybe that'll go like down here. I don't know if I like that triangle. Maybe it needs a bird. Although none of these birds are really good options for the space. So I'm gonna hold off on that for now. It looks fine with just the two. I could use some florals. Just looking at this as a whole. Yeah, this does look too heavy on the pages, so this one's gonna go away as well. Going back to the florals, and I think maybe the faster way to do this would just be to take an X-Acto knife and just cut them all on the pages real fast. And now that they're all sliced, I feel like I should be able to just lift up the portion that I want. Oh yeah, that's much easier than cutting them all by hand. I didn't do it super exact, so there's like some weird shapes of the clear stickers, but I think it works. I'm gonna use these to fill in some holes and add to the clusters, especially on this right half of the spread. And maybe I cut a little too deep with the X-Acto knife, but it's still easier than cutting it with scissors. So we're filling in like these visual holes with some florals. Florals and birds. How could you go wrong? Yeah, this cluster is looking a little wonky still. I will figure that out in a little bit. This one's gonna go underneath Weekend. I also cut the yellow ones so that I could put those in. And maybe like up top of Weekend. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so we've got 3 more florals to go. And I've already used all the ones in the other book. I used those when I was making the insert. So I don't have a whole lot of stickers to play around with, like floral wise. But a little is going a long way when it comes to like this kind of floral design. Whiting out this one above the bird just so I can kind of round this cluster out. We've got 2 more. What am I going to do with them? I know I said I wanted to keep the yellow ones away from the yellow bird, but like, that's such a good place for a floral. I could do this darker blue. We'll see if that works. Yeah, it's fine. And then with my last like yellow floral, where is this one gonna go? Again, yellow flower, yellow bird, but I think it needed a flower there, so that's gonna have to do. I want to balance out what's going on with that cluster, so I'm gonna take the other trees out of this book and move them into the sidebar, although I think this would be kind of cute to have it right here. It's like right across the middle of the page, but I think it looks fine. What can I do up here to balance that out? I've got like 3 of the same plant, which isn't really going to help me in any way, shape, or form. What if I take this larger bird for the Sunday cluster? It's going to look weird with the one on Friday, but if I peel up the Friday bird, I don't know, like it's the same. So I don't know if I want to do that. And it looks weird just having it hanging out up there. Too many birds, one place. Maybe that's enough birds. I need to like really kind of tone back on the stickers as I move into the summer, because I'm going to have more room to be decorative with the planner. So I don't want to go like completely overboard every single week with stickers, but this is looking good so far. I'm just trying to figure out what else it could possibly use. This section is looking so empty. I have these letters from the spring sticker book that I used on that insert, and I have enough to spell summer break, but I just don't know where it would go. So I feel like maybe I just don't do that. This is so hard. Like, it looks cute, but I'm like, it needs more, but it also doesn't need more. You see the dilemma? I'm taking some of these due soon, or due today rather, that probably would be more appropriate, stickers to label the boxes just right up here at the top. I think it adds a nice pop to the gold that matches the quotes that I have. I don't think there's one that says meeting, but just having it on the 2 of them that are the due dates, that looks good. Okay, I think I figured out what I want to do for the last part of this. I have this goals sticker book. It is a really old sticker book, but I love these like block quotes. I have a few of them left. This sticker book was like a limited edition Be Happy box one, so I'm saving it for a special occasion, but I think this is a special occasion. I'm gonna do 2 of these like navy blue ones. I think the colors work really well with the spread. And one of them is gonna take the place of the sidebar quote that I already had. Yes, it's a little heavy up here, but there are 2 of them, so I can balance it out. So we've got hold the vision, trust the process. And then the other one in this color palette, the best project you'll ever work on is yourself. The quotes are white on this one, which I don't mind. I also have don't stop until you're proud, which is really pretty. But I don't think I'm gonna need 3 of them. Although if I do this one, it's kind of like the reverse because the quotes are the same color as the body, and then, yeah, that would be good. Okay, so I'll try this one out over on Sunday, and I can rearrange the plants to like move around it. That's not a big deal. These are just gonna get pulled up and put on the back of my hand for a second. And plus this is a solid color, so I think I could layer the plants like on top of it if I really wanted to. I'm like thinking, no, that looks weird. Center probably will be best. I was thinking if I align it to the outside, maybe it would balance out what I was doing with this box over here, but not really doing it. Okay, so we've got this little piece of foliage that can go right here. Oh, that worked in so beautifully. And then with these trees, I don't think they're gonna go back to where they were, nor do I think they would look that good with the other quote. Although you never know. Like, what if I just stick them right here? Too many trees in one area, so these will have to live to see another spread. I could try out that other foliage that I was kind of looking at. So if I take this one, like, I think it looks fine plain. No, Caitlin, no more. Maybe? Let me just look. Yeah, I think it looks good to have some extra greenery down here. As I work through this spread, these page flags might be helpful, but I'm not gonna insert them ahead of time. I think I'll just let it happen and we'll see what happens with the spread, but I'm gonna call it good at this point. I think this looks great. I'm gonna go ahead and pop it back on the discs and just get one last look at it. Okay, all set up back on the discs, and I love the way this looks. It's a great finals week spread. I think I really was able to transfer what I had in my mind when I made this onto this page. So I think it turned out really well, and I could even like pop this in the middle of the week if I wanted to, but I think it's better off in the monthly. This is my like last week of school spread, which I'm so excited for summer. Like, I cannot stress to you how excited I am for summer. I just need to make it through these next few days, and I'm filming in advance, so I have a few more days, but there it is. Very happy with the birds. Everything is linked down below in case you're interested, and I think the only thing that I really said I needed to link was these birds, but everything's down below if you're interested, and there you have it. If you like this video, hit that like button down below. You can also subscribe to my channel for more fun planner related content, and follow me over on Instagram at Caitlin Plans, where I share after the fun photos as well as photos of spreads that did not get videos. Thanks for watching, and happy planning.